Hi everybody, the Ruthless Jobber here. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 15 of our invasion angle on TEW 9. It's Sunday the 22nd of July 2001. It's our Vengeance pay-per-view. We kick off with a couple of pre-show matches. We've decided to go with a, what would you call this? It's not a triple threat, is it? A quadruple threat? I don't even know if that existed. It's a multi-man match, 4 people. Jeff Hardy, Kevin Nash, Canyon and Test. Just wanted to stick a few people in this match really and do something a little bit different. So we got Kevin Nash getting the win. I didn't pick the winner for any of these pre-show matches. Actually, that's a lie. There was one match I picked a winner for. We'll get to that. But I didn't pick the winner for this one. And they've given it to Kevin Nash. He got the win in 14 minutes 56 when he pinned Canyon. So he pinned his fellow WCW mate there. 62 wrestling, 65 crowd, 69 for the segment. And Jeff Hardy getting a 70, pretty decent. Rhino takes on Perry Saturn. This is a hardcore title match. Yes, this match I chose a winner because I don't want the title changing hands at the moment. We didn't get the hardcore title on the actual broadcast show, the main show. I've kind of forgotten a little bit about the hardcore title. Forgotten's the wrong word, but I certainly haven't sort of used it for a while. But we got here then a decent pre-show match. Rhino got the win in 10 minutes 35 by submission, and it's defense number 6 of the hardcore title for Rhino. 59 wrestling, 61 crowd, and 65 overall. And the final pre-show match, I didn't choose the winner for this one, and they've given it to Rob Van Dam. He beat Diamond Dallas Page in a match that had good heat and decent wrestling, and he got it in 14 minutes 46 by submission. 69 wrestling, 77 crowd, 74 for the segment. Yeah, pleased with that one actually. The main show then kicks off with an opening hype video as we usually do. And we've got, we feature Benoit, Jericho, Kurt Angle, Steve Austin, Sting, and The Rock. Probably meant to put a couple more WCW guys in there really, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. A couple of storylines have advanced, and we get a 75 overall. The first match is the Big Show taking on Booker T. So we had great decent wrestling. Big Show got the win in 12 minutes 29 by disqualification. This was our storytelling match. So the storyline advanced with this segment. Got 67 wrestling, 78 crowd, 65 overall. I was kind of meant to end the storyline here, but it's actually a blessing in disguise that I didn't, because I wouldn't have wanted to end it on a disqualification. I probably somewhere along the line changed my mind. I haven't actually played this game, this particular save, for a couple of weeks. Apart from the last Raw and this show, which I'm recording on the same day, I've kind of haven't touched it for a week, so I've probably forgotten what my original plans were. I've just probably decided to keep this going for another couple of weeks or so. But yeah, 65 overall for this one then. Mick Foley is backstage with Chris Jericho, giving him a pep talk ahead of his Intercontinental title defense. And as Jericho kind of leaves, and thanks Mick for the vote of confidence and the pep talk, Diamond Dallas Page comes along and attacks Mick Foley. We just wanted to do something to sort of advance that storyline and also sort of get Mick on the card. And the storyline gained heat, so yeah, kind of glad I did it. And we get a 68 overall for this segment. And the IC title match then gets a 73. Pleased with that, bearing in mind where Albert is on the card. Good heat and decent wrestling. Chris Jericho defeated Albert in 13 minutes 7 seconds by pinfall with a surprise roll-up. And it's defense number 1 of the Intercontinental title for Jericho. 64 wrestling, 75 for the crowd, and as I said, 73 for the match. Backstage, Kurt Angle and William Regal cut pre-match promos on the Dudley Boys, 64 rating. Not much to be said about this one, just a pre-match promo. Let's go to the match. 81. I am very pleased with that one, especially bearing in mind what the other scores were. So 65 wrestling and 68 crowd, 81 overall, so something else gave it a boost. We had a creative finish that was a success, probably helped. So we've got Kurt Angle and William Regal getting the win in 16 minutes 20. Kurt Angle pinned Devon Dudley using underhanded tactics. So he did cheat, which has kind of gone against a little bit what he's been doing recently, where he's been dominating matches and winning them cleanly. Kurt Angle did carry the match. William Regal did get his wish of a win here. He thought he might by teaming with Angle. A 63 rating for Triple H's pre-match promo against Raven. This would have been for the Intercontinental Belt, but Raven interfered in Triple H's match against Jericho on Raw a couple of weeks ago. So Raven kind of messed his own opportunity up. So yeah, this is a 63 here for this particular promo. And the match gets a 79. I'm quite pleased with the scores so far. It'd be nice to get, if we can sort of, get something in the 80s soon. But yeah, they're all looking half decent at the moment. So we had a good heat and decent wrestling. Triple H defeated Raven in 14 minutes 29 by pinfall. The wrestling was 67, the crowd was 75, and yeah, 79 for the match overall. Pretty decent. Triple H getting 77 there. Pleased with that. A 58 rating as Edge and Christian attack the APA pre-match. So before the match can go ahead, maybe they haven't even reached the ring yet, and they attack them, try to beat them down before the match takes place. 58 is a bit disappointing, but okay, let's go to the match. 79, another good one. So a decent match. The APA defeated Edge and Christian in 16 minutes 38. Bradshaw pinned Christian with an aided powerbomb, and this is defense number 4 of the tag team titles for the APA. 65 wrestling, 66 crowd, and a 79 overall. Yeah, pleased with that rating as well. So what did we get? Anyone particularly? Edge got a 70, but Triple H for the 77 still the highest. Well, the highest I've noticed. I actually forgot to look at the early matches. Rob Van Dam is interviewed by Gene Okerlund. Just wanted to get RVD on the card and just have an interview segment, really. Probably just wanted to slot an angle in here as well, just between the two matches, that the last match and the one that's coming up next. 61 rating, nothing special. Wasn't expecting anything great from RVD on the mic, but yeah, just wanted to slot that in. Dean Malenko takes on Lance Storm, and bearing in mind these two guys, that 70 isn't too bad. Yeah, 70 is not too shabby. 59 wrestling, 58 crowd, 70 overall. So I don't know what... I mean, I should be looking at the dirt sheet maybe, but I'm just pleased that the final ratings are actually doing really well against the wrestling and the crowd ratings. Dean Malenko got the win here in 8 minutes 30 by pinfall. We have ended this storyline. It was kind of going nowhere. It was just something to give Lance Storm something to do. So, yeah, we're going to move on. What we're going to do with Lance Storm, I don't know. We'll involve him somewhere along the line, though, because he's still part of that WCW stable. A 62 rating for this segment, as Vince McMahon is backstage with Steph, and Vince McMahon is talking about what Shane said to him last week on Raw. Well, it would have been last week on Raw. And he says, Shane was talking about this opportunity. What can that mean? What does he mean? I've missed out on an opportunity. I'm an entrepreneur. I've built this company from nothing. I don't miss opportunities. And Stephanie's just there, really, just to kind of, look, Dad, I'm sure you'll work it out. Or Shane's just playing mind games with you. Ignore him. Don't worry. It's nothing really. 62 rating for this one. Could have been a bit better. Actually, I'm going to look at this one because they should all be really good on the mic. It's low morale. And the road agent work of Brooklyn Brawler wasn't great. We might have to rethink him as a road agent. Matt Hardy takes on Jerry Lynn. This is a unification match for the European title and the light heavyweight title. You've probably already read it before, I'm going to tell you, but Matt Hardy got the win in 10 minutes 6 seconds by pinfall. So it's defense number 4 of the European title, and he wins the light heavyweight title. I'm just going to absorb it into the European title. What I'm going to do with that particular title as well going forward, I don't know. Like I said in the previous episode, I don't have the energy to book all these singles titles. So I might probably dissolve it somewhere along the line. I don't know how yet. Maybe I'll build a story around it. Maybe I won't. Just going to have to kind of see. So 55 wrestling, 51 crowd, 66 overall. This was kind of the go for, the take a piss match. Although it was for 2 titles, yeah, I didn't really expect anything special. Then we've got a taped promo or taped video. It's a promo for WCW, paid for by Shane McMahon. I was expecting something a little bit better than this. 66 is disappointing. Features Booker T, Diamond Dallas Page, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, and Sting. And we did sort of include the storylines as well. So everyone here got a victory over their storyline opponents, just to advance them. Nothing gained, though, or nothing lost. 66 overall. Then we've got World Championship Wrestling. Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner and Sting take on King Eddie, Kane and The Rock. I might have hoped for something better with this match. 73. I mean, it's not awful, but I really would have expected something a little bit better, I think. Great heat, decent wrestling. King Eddie, Kane and The Rock defeated World Championship Wrestling, comprising of Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner and Sting in 15 minutes 2 seconds when The Rock pinned Sting. So I had this down as a spectacle as well. Buff Bagwell was a weak link. Maybe he dinged the match, I don't know. But 71 wrestling, 83 crowd, 73 overall. The storyline, two storylines here have gained heat though, which is obviously really good. We had The Rock creative finish, which was a success, which obviously helped. Sting got 72, Scott Steiner 76. The Rock getting an 81. Kane 68, bit disappointing. King Eddie 77. And then we've got a post-match brawl. Of course we have. Just to advance the storylines a little bit further, we had an angle idea which was a success, and Buff Bagwell took a stunt bump. Just wanted to do something different with the angles. I don't use enough kind of fighting angles with stunt bumps and all that sort of thing. So we got a 69. Did I expect more? Maybe, would have been nice. But yeah, just a post-match brawl. Steve Austin cuts a pre-match promo on Chris Benoit ahead of the world title match. 76 rating. Yeah, again, I would have liked a lot more from Steve Austin on the mic. It's the locker room morale. Everyone just seems to hate everything at the moment. We've got to do something about this morale. I mean, I don't want to cheat the system, but do I give everyone a bonus again? Can I afford to just keep doing that? Because it's just going to keep going down until I get to the root of the problem. We've just got too many arseholes on the roster, really. But unless I'm just going to shed the roster of most of the stars, we just got to kind of cope with it at the moment. 76 rating for the promo. Let's head to the match. 87 may have saved this show. I'm pleased with that. So fantastic heat and great wrestling. Steve Austin defeated Chris Benoit in 20 minutes and 26 seconds by pinfall. This was a storytelling match, and Steve Austin made defense number 3 of the World Heavyweight title. 80 wrestling, 90 crowd, 87 overall. Steve Austin getting an 80 and Chris Benoit also getting an 80. Pleased with that. The storyline gained heat and the creative finish was a success. And then finally, we just had Steve Austin celebrate in the ring, with a beer, the way he does, a couple of cans of beer, smashes them together. 71 rating, and we have kind of concluded that storyline now, the rabid challenge between Austin and Benoit. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still not sure about putting Austin in the WCW storyline because of the fact he's a heel. I don't want to do the whole Steve Austin, turns and goes to WCW. I want to kind of stick to the WCW guys being WCW. But yeah, not quite sure. I could add a heel into the mix, but it just wouldn't make an awful lot of sense. Unless we just kind of play Steve Austin as a bit of a tweener. He's a heel, but it's WWF is his company, and yeah, we'd have to see. What do we get overall for the show? 82. Yeah, that's kind of bare minimum what we've got to be looking for. So we didn't gain any popularity, but we didn't lose any either. So that's the kind of score we've got to be getting bare minimum. I'm happy with it, especially bearing in mind that, some of the results we've been getting for Raw recently. Just need to sort this morale out. Address the locker room. I think we've got to give Chris Benoit and Steve Austin something. So Chris Benoit complimented for a good performance. Same with Steve Austin, really. Complimented on a good performance. I want to give Triple H something. How about a great performance? And I didn't really check out the other scores. There was one other. I can't remember who it was. Probably Kurt Angle. Come on. Let's give him a hug, though. Just in case I was wrong and it wasn't Kurt Angle and I'm sure he didn't get a rubbish rating, but I can't remember. Chris Benoit seems pleased. Austin seemed pleased. So did Triple H and Kurt Angle. Financial report. We made nearly 3 million. Lovely jubbly. Popularity, there were no changes. Media scrums, I hate these. I might just skip this. So we're on the news page, as we probably always are after our pay-per-views, actually, but I don't take much notice. Most Most having liked the vast majority of the show. Let's have a look at our emails. Arne Anderson thinks Albert has a poor in-ring psychology. DirecTV are unhappy with the rating. Drug test fees. Raven needs time to heal. Test needs time to heal. Viewing figures for Heat and Vengeance pay-per-view buy rate and viewing figures. Okay. Here's a light bulb. Not again. Chris Canyon, what's he done? Steroid user. Stern warning. Negative impact. Great. Triple H. Oh, come on. Don't tell me he's done something wrong. Steroid user. Stern warning. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to... we've got 15 million. 15 million. I'm just going to give everyone a bonus. I don't like gaming it like this. I mean, kayfabe, we can say it's a bonus for Vengeance. Everyone gets a bonus for a good show. But I don't want to lose this series because of a technicality like locker room morale. I mean, if I was playing the game, I wouldn't do it. But I'm telling a story here. This is a story of the invasion, and the last thing I can do is get rid of half the roster because it just won't make sense. So I think really, how much? I should do some maths maybe before I do this. 200,000. We've got 68 on the roster. 200,000 times 68. That'll cost me 13 million. We can just about do that. Go on in. Bonuses have been given out to the entire roster. Okay. I'm hoping that has improved morale. How can I check if... How am I in debt now? I thought I just did the maths on that. Whatever. I don't know. We'll make that back easily. We're making 2 million odd on our pay-per-views. I don't really see that being too much of an issue. Although I wish I didn't do it. Yeah, let's just have a quick look backstage. Very poor. It's still very poor. Hopefully morale's improved though. Is there anyone down here that still says they've got poor morale or anything like that? No, so I think we've improved individuals' morale. Let's just hope we can sort of, I don't know. I'm blabbing now. I'm waffling. So I'm going to end the episode. Hope you have enjoyed it though. I think it's a pretty decent Vengeance. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.